productivity and profit productivity. It is Monday night. I'm about to ride my bike home. Felt like if I put myself in a position where I had to ride my bike home, then I would ride my bike home, and now I have to ride my bike home. So bicycle, right? Like a, pedal bike. Real quick, if you got my email yesterday, if you're on the email list, nickpeterson.com/bombs, then I just dropped my daily thoughts. Pretty much only two places to get my daily thoughts. I drop a video in here just about every other day, and I send one email a day just breaking down the thoughts. They're not always coherent and they're not always useful, but I try to make them one of the two. We talked about, I dropped wizardry. I really spent a lot of time breaking down what I believe Claire Groves coined wizardry, right? Spiral wizardry, which is basically how can some people just come into a situation that nobody can resolve, they do some things, and then everything's fixed. And it's something I work really hard on because I think it makes you a useful human, which is really important. It's really important to me to be a useful human and set up things that are win-win-win. Okay, so the big, Ross, what's up, man? The big thing we're always measuring and the calculations that I'm always doing is how do we set up a win-win-win? It's a win for me, it's a win for you, but most importantly, it is a win for the entire system, right? It is a win for sustainability. It is a win for things to continue. And here's where it is. Here's where most coaches lack. Here's where most people that have been successful don't always make good coaches. It's understanding the picture from start to finish, what that may look like, and going through it a few times, and then understanding either circumnavigation, which is really like we're going from here to here, and here's what's going to happen. We're aiming creatures. So what humans do in our business, what we do in our life, what we do is we over-rotate. We say, you know what, we've been too nurturing. We got to be a little more salesy. So we over-rotate. We become a little bit too salesy. And then if we're smart and we're aware and we have good people around, we set up boundaries and we over-rotate the other way. We become a little too nurturing again, right? But we're a little bit closer to the goal. And then we set up boundaries and then we over-rotate again, right? So all progress is actually just it's circumnavigation. So we have to understand that. And so you have to understand about it yourself first. It's circumnavigation. The way it's explained in 3 dimensions, the way that I think about it is a spiral, right? So circumnavigation, as you get tighter and tighter, you run into the same problems, right? Like if you go on a spiral staircase, you cover the same ground, but at a higher level or a lower level. Doesn't really matter, right? So it's circumnavigation on if you want to think of it in 2 dimensions. And if you want to think in 3 dimensions, it's a spiral, okay? Which means you're going to run into the same problems, but if you're moving in the right direction, they're at a higher and higher level. If you're moving in the wrong direction, they're at a lower and lower level. And I think it's important to understand this when you're picking a coach, a consultant, a partner, that you understand what level they're on or where they are doing their circumnavigation, and they understand what level you're on. So 99% of what I do with people is show them what is next, but only in terms of what they're ready to understand. And this is really, really important. I'm going to teach this a little bit in R3. If you show them something, if their trajectory looks like this, and you show them something that is outside of their trajectory, you're creating dissonance. It's not a good thing for them. Okay? So really, really important with your family, with your friends, with your employees, with your consultants. I just saw this really nice post by Justin Demers, who asked you all to explain me in a couple words. All of you that had horrible things to say, thank you for not commenting yet. I appreciate that. But it made me appreciate, because when I get these comments, I see them from people that they're all at different levels of the spiral. They're all circumnavigating differently. And I put a lot of time and effort into understanding at what level, from what level they are seeing what they're seeing, so that I can show them and articulate to them in a way they are ready to receive. I cannot talk to everybody like Jacob Olkis, who just popped on here. I can't talk to everybody the same way I talk to Dan Nicholson. I can't talk to everybody the same way I talk to Tim. I can't talk to everybody the same way I talk to Hannah, Ross. And so I put a lot of really hard work into understanding the big picture, understanding the outcome, understanding the preferences, and then communicating with people in a way they are ready to receive it. And it wasn't until yesterday, last night, a couple nice posts, and today that I felt like it was appreciated. And I thought I would share that. I would say, hey, it's totally worth the time, because the feedback loop is a really, really long one. Totally worth the time. I think the most important thing you can do in any situation is understand from what level you're seeing things, understand from what level other people are seeing things. And because you're the only person that is aware of this spiral or the circumnavigation, then it is your responsibility to meet them where they're at instead of asking them to meet you where you're at. Most powerful thing you can do. These are things I think about in my spare time, but it's really, really important. You can't help anybody if you're speaking so far above them that it's not resonating. It doesn't make sense. It's outside their belief system. It's not compatible with their current beliefs. It's not observable through their current means. Really, really important. So that's that. Wanted to drop on, make a video. Haven't made a video in a while. You guys are awesome. Those comments are really nice. Drop on the newsletter. I'm going to just keep dropping these thoughts. I put most of them in writing because it forces me to put it in a sequential thought process. I still don't edit my writing. You know that if you get my newsletters, you see all the typos, but concept's the same. So I'm going to go ride my bike home, play with my dogs. You guys have a great night.